I'm trying to YouTube the right way. So still waiting for the verdict. The jury signaled to the judge that they have a verdict. Are we ready to bring out the jury? Prosecutor, yes. The jury is entering, and this is up to the second. Anticipation. And by the way, if you're just joining us, God, you left me. I'm sorry, Robert. It was the stream crashed, and I'm not gonna get too ambitious here. We're gonna just go ahead and keep it with a few things. Nothing's going on outside the courthouse. I think all the action's inside the courthouse. So right up to the second. This is at 5:01. It's 5:02 right now. Judge Merchant, are we ready to bring in the jury? The prosecutor, yes, judge. And the judge, the jury entering. Those of you just joining us, I just got done with a run. I got the notification from Inner City Press that a verdict has been reached. The jury needed about half an hour to fill it out. This is where we are. So, we received a note that we, the jury, have a verdict and give us 30 minutes to fill out the forms. That was 24 minutes ago. 19 minutes ago, Trump had his arms crossed in front of himself. Todd Blanche, his attorney, whispering in his right ear. Notable, eyes closed. Just 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago now, Justice Merchant, are we ready to bring out the jury? Prosecutor, yes, judge. And I think we are current. This is it. It's coming. Verdict incoming. And a lot of people are going to be watching for this verdict through Inner City Press. If you're not with me, if you decide to leave, you can always go back to the Inner City Press. It's x.com/Inner City Press. As the color returns to my face. Chat, thanks for bearing with me and thanks for coming back. Oh, please, God, not guilty. Yes, not guilty. The plan has been beautiful to watch. And it's just getting warmed up. 11 hours deliberation. Is that right, Scott? You counted? You went back and counted. Thank you. And just keep going back to Inner City Press. It's likely going to be in this thread, but the anticipation. Right? I mean, the thick. You can cut it with butter. Like butter. Sheesh. I mean, I think we might. How many people are refreshing his feed right now? I wonder. They must be bringing in the jury right now. That must be happening right now. I don't know, chat. What do you think? No problem, CC. My pleasure hosting this. I should have been doing it the whole time. Your Rottweiler's name is Finn, Robert? That's a good name for a Rottweiler. It's a good name for a dog. Jeesh. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm going to try not to say it again, but it's been building to this moment for weeks, if not months. They must be bringing in the jury. Is probably just walking in right now, or they are right outside the door ready to be let in. Or, maybe Justice Merchant got the note or their form filled out and he's looking at the verdict. He's like, nope, go back. No, that's not happening. He couldn't be so, he couldn't possibly, on its face, couldn't be so obvious. Of course. No, my pleasure. I wish I did, this every day. It was hard to. I tried different ways of covering this trial. They purposely make this hard to cover, I mean, look, I'm just refreshing my feed. I don't know that there's any other way other than through Intercity Press. You can wait for, okay, Justice Merchant, you may be seated. Clerk, do all parties stipulate that jurors are present and properly seated? Yes, yes. Justice Merchant, your note was signed at 4:20. Clerk, will the foreperson please rise? How say you on count 1? Foreperson, guilty. 2, guilty. Oh, God. Okay, well, I'm thinking the rest are probably going to be the same way, huh? Seems to be the first 2 counts guilty. Wow. That's depressing. I'm sure the news has already picked it up. I already had the story ready to go. That's wild. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know, chat. What's gonna, yeah. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. It looks like Intercity Press is probably still working on his follow-up tweet, which is, okay, here we go. How say you on count 3? Guilty. 4, guilty. 5, guilty. 6, guilty. 7, guilty. 8, guilty. All the way to 34. Jury says guilty on all 34 counts. Okay. Okay. And so I guess the next thing we're probably going to be looking for is the coverage outside the courthouse. Or I don't even know what's. I mean, they don't. Do they let him go? I don't know. This whole thing has been. I mean, it's a criminal trial. That's why there's a jury, right? So. Yeah, the judge led them to say guilty. Yeah, the judge. Yeah, I agree. There was all kind, and then his instructions were whatever. If you think I was, if you think I was being political, put that outside your mind. Which is wild that he would have to say that, right? Okay. So guilty. And yeah, some people are tweeting the Republic's lost. Sure seems like a dark day for... Oof. So let's see what's going on outside the courthouse, right? I mean, I'm kind of interested to see if it's turning into... what kind of storm is brewing there. So let's do this, and then where are we? Here. Okay. I don't know who NDT TV is. We can go... This one is maybe... Wild. Do they know? Do these guys know yet? The cops know. Still has my vote too. Huckleberry still has my vote too. Everybody, yep. All right, so we can end that poll because we figured it out. The verdict's in. Yeah, mind blown. Mind blown. Still on all 34 counts. Still has your vote. Okay, wait, I'm not in the poll. OBS does not have the same polling technology, or maybe it does, and I just don't know how to do it. Does... Okay. So, I'm going to vote... Yeah, I mean, for me, yes. Still has my vote. Easily, because this whole thing has been sham, political, and I don't know if you saw Laura Loomer. She broke the story today that not only is Justice Merchant's daughter, profiting off of this whole thing, but her clients have like a front row seat in the courtroom where other people can't get in necessarily in and out of the courtroom. It's a very, very small group of people that can come in and out. They're allowed to go in and out. So it's wild. Yeah. Most people, 19 votes, 95% still has your vote. Me too. Little shocked. It's far from over. Still plenty of appeals. So this took place in New York State Court, right? I believe this is under Alvin Bragg. And in the state of New York, I think there's the Supreme Court of New York. And unlike other places, the appellate court, I believe, is the highest court in New York. So that's where it will go. And then at that point, if we're not getting, verdict or, some feedback that we're liking, I think at that point, it can go to the Supreme Court, if I'm not mistaken. This is kind of uncharted territories here. But in theory, that would be the trajectory that it's headed on, I think. So. And again, I was just, if you're seeing the color slowly return to my face, I was on a run when the verdict came in. The verdict being 34 counts guilty. 87% of people, just 30 votes, say, guilty on all 34 counts. Does he still have your vote? Yes. So I'm guessing, no offense to the nose, but I'm guessing you were still going to vote. No, I don't know. I'm cynical. Yeah, we really got this isn't, I wonder how this works now. It's May 30th, it's June, let's say, right? Because Friday, Saturday, how quickly can this go through the New York State, system? Supreme Court in New York is basically the regular court, right? Then it goes to the appeals court, which is actually the Supreme Court. Yeah. Notice, Druid, I thought it was something like that. I've actually observed some election law cases at the appellate court in Albany. Of course, this is technically a business records case. This is a little bit of a tax case, but it really is a political case, right, at the end of the day. So what happens now? Is this heading home until sentencing? I don't know. I'm kind of eager because I don't know. We should probably check back with Inner City Press real quick to see what's going on, because I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what the next procedures are. Okay, Justice Merchant, I thank you, including the alternates. You are free to discuss the case with anyone you want. The choice is yours. In a few minutes, I would like to meet with you in the jury room. I'm not allowed to discuss the facts of the case. Trump's lawyer, Blanche. We move for a judgment of acquittal. There is no way this jury could have reached a verdict without relying on Michael Cohen. He lied. In this case, he cannot be used to convict President Trump. Justice Merchant, I'm sure you misspoke. Contentious. Highly contentious. Okay. Right. And I understand where, Blanche is right, but it's his argument's it's fallen on deaf ears, unfortunately. Justice Merchant has already made up his mind about this whole thing. I think before it ever even came to him, right? This is the third Trump case. Not that Trump was on the other thing. We're talking about Bannon and another. I'm not sure if it was. Who can keep track? Another person associated with Trump. And now the chances that Merchant, and this is just going off of what I read on Twitter, so grain of salt. The chances that he draws all three of these cases, 1 in 15,000 and change. So, okay. Let's see if we have any updates on what they're going to be doing. Kind of wild. You hope that justice prevails. It does not. Trump's lawyer, okay, right, move for acquittal. And that's the last thing that we got. Was the, I'm sure you misspoke. Wild. Wait, I think we had something else here. I do not know that anyone committed perjury in this case. Your motion is denied. Trump's lawyer, Blanche. We ask for a date for sentencing in mid to late July. There is a 3-day hearing in Florida. Counsel must be in a skiff. Okay, so mid to late July. So I'm assuming they're not locking him up for this election. He's not Joe Shit the Rag Man. This is the former president of the United States. They're not going to lock him up while he's campaigning. That would be crazy, right? That would be crazy. All right. Let's see how Merchant responds here. And I think we're right up to where we left off, which is Justice Merchant. Don't know anyone committed perjury in this case. Your motion is denied. Blanche, we ask for a date for sentencing in mid to late July. There is a 3-day hearing in Florida. Counsel must be in a skiff. All right. And I'm assuming that by skiff, he like a sensitive, a place where they can be read into sensitive information. Skiff, secure facility. Let me make sure I'm getting that right too, guys. What's this? A sensitive compartmented information facility. Okay, and then here we go. Its sentencing is going to be July 11th, I think. Okay, sentencing will be July 11th at 10 a.m. Schedule a probation report. Motions must end by June 27th. If there is nothing else, you are excused. What is the current bail status? Mr. Trump remains released on his own recognizance. And so it seems like this whole thing is about to go nuts. I don't know. What are we going to get outside the courtroom? And chat, sorry, I've just been paying attention, reading this. Yeah, this thing is it is unreal. It is unreal. It's unreal, and I'm in shock, I guess you could say. I don't know. So let's see. A little bit of shock. I mean, it's not shock so much, it's shame, right? Because I'm a member of this, in the judicial. This is very disappointing. You know, you think, you want to think more of the kind of the area that you work in, right? But there is a 2-tiered system, and it ain't good. It ain't good. I think. Okay. Okay. Oh, here we go. He's speaking now.
Mr. Trump, how does it go to be evicted felon? Are you worried about going to jail?
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. But the real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA, and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end, and we'll win, because our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess. We're a nation in decline, serious decline. Millions and millions of people pouring into our country right now from prisons and from mental institutions, terrorists, and they're taking over our country. we have a country that's in big trouble. But this was a rigged decision right from day one, with a conflicted judge who should have never been allowed to try this case, never. And we will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
Why should voters vote for convicted felons?
Are you going to drop out?
That's something. I don't know. I mean, that's disappointing, guys. I don't know what to say. There's going to be an appeals process. This is America, and he's going to have his day in court. And like he said, he's going to also have the chance to, you know, prove himself in the election, because I think most people would probably still vote for him even if he was in jail. I know I would. Okay. So let's see if I think that's it. I mean, everything in the courtroom is done. We got the verdict, 34 counts of guilt. You know, the jury says, and I think we said that sentencing is going to be on the 11th at 10 a.m. So you guys hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit that bell. I got to run. I love you guys, really. As I say, knowledge is power. Subscribe for more. Well, I'll see you next time. It's, you know, it's an unfortunate day for our justice system. All right. Signing off.